Hi everyone, Charlie here, and I'm solo camping in the rugged mountains of New Zealand. I'm walking along an ancient river and up a steep trail to set up my tent on top of a ridgeline. Along the way, I'll be foraging for native plants to cook with my delicious dinner. I'll be making warm, fresh bread for breakfast next to a crystal clear mountain stream after battling extreme winds and freezing temperatures throughout the night. Got all the different native birds painted up the sides. That's really awesome. Everything's so lush down here. It's beautiful. I just love it when the forest opens up into these beautiful beech trees. Kind of reminds me that summer's getting a bit closer. Just across the river you can see quite a big rimu tree. They're a species of giant native podocarp, and they've got a distinctive, almost fluffy leaf to them. Here's a closer up of one. They're pretty spectacular. I am feeling so joyous today. Man, I'm lucky to be out here. How special is this place? The clouds up by the peaks don't look like they're moving too fast, so at least while I'm setting up the tent, hopefully the wind won't be too bad. Those ferns remind me of something almost Jurassic or prehistoric, as do those giant peaks up there. Well, I have some really exciting snacks to have soon, but I am quite short on time, so I'm going to push on a little bit further before I stop to have my baking. Well, it's time to get my feet wet for the very first time today. It's actually rather soothing on my feet, although I'm definitely looking forward to some warm, dry socks tonight. I don't think you can really see the scale on video of just how massive valleys like this are and how small it feels to be walking through them. And although it makes me feel a bit insignificant, it also makes all of my problems feel insignificant as well. It's just impossible not to feel happy in places like this, especially looking up and seeing the giant trees and all the ferns that line the banks. The water feels a bit colder when it gets up to your knees. Well, I've walked a long way and I haven't had food for quite a while, so it's time for some snacks. My mum made these for me today on super late notice. It was about 20 minutes before I left and she quickly baked them for me. Time to see how they taste. They are so good. These biscuits have chocolate chips and raisins, so it's a bit of a combination of my two favorites. I've just left the main river, which you can see behind me, and now I'm heading up this side stream to climb up that peak there, which is where I'll set my tent up for the night. Well, I'm about to head straight up there, but as soon as I'm up at my campsite, I'm not going to have any water until I come back down to this river. So I'm going to fill up all of my water bottles so I've got enough to last me the entire night. I need water for my dinner, my breakfast, my hot chocolate, and for general drinking. I found my leaf water slide again. Just in here looks like a nice place to fill up. It's about as pure as it gets. Well, I've gotten myself a new water bottle after my last one broke, so I'm looking forward to using this tonight. Always have to try a bit first. I'm looking forward to dinner tonight because I've packed an absolute feast. But what I haven't packed is any type of seasoning. So I'm going to search around this area of the river to see if I can find some native plants to help spice up the food. There's a specific plant that I'm after, and it gives it an almost peppery taste to it. Well, that didn't take long. I found some just up there, I think. This is called kawakawa, and it is everywhere. Because of that, it's super easy to find and it's edible. They don't have much to them, so they won't fill you up, but it's great to put on top of a meal. Well, I've picked up the track that leads up to where I want to pitch my tent, and I'm just in a sea of these vines. These are called supplejack, and while they're really annoying to walk through, if you can find the ends of them, they taste really good. They're nicknamed bush asparagus because they look and taste very, very similar. That stream down there is so pretty. Oh, this climb is no joke. I've got about an hour and a half left of this. There's a lot of roots on this trail. On the plus side, lots of roots mean lots of beautiful trees. Oh my goodness. Wow. There's the coast out there. Mountains, mountains, mountains. You can see it all the way to the capital city over there. The wind is definitely stronger here than it was down in the valley. Well, this open patch here is an obvious spot to put the tent, but it is quite exposed and windy, so I think I'll set up for now just down there. It is really nice just sitting here in the sun and out of the wind. If I can figure out a way to put the tent here, this might be the place to put it. Most of my corn chips stayed intact, which is nice. I can't wait to put these on. Well, I bought myself a brand new tent, and to be honest, I have no idea how to set it up. So let's give it a go. It's so light, it feels like it's just gonna blow away. Hopefully not while I'm in it. Well, the nice thing about this tent is it's semi-freestanding, so I can build it over here out of the wind and just move it right to where I want it to go. These poles weigh next to nothing. I can hear a plane going overhead. It's cool that I'm in such a wild place, yet so close to one of the biggest cities in the country. I think I've got it. I think it's time to get it into position and to stake it down. I should have brought a rock up from the river to hit the tent stakes into the ground, but instead I'll try with my water bottle. The tent comes with a very light rainfly, which will be perfect against the wind. But first I'll set up my sleeping mat and sleeping bag and get them into the tent. The last thing to set up is my pillow, and I almost forgot this when I was leaving today. That would have been a very uncomfortable night. You don't want the pillow too hard. Nice and soft keeps it spongy and comfortable. That looks like a pretty cozy bed to me. The cliffs over there are just so ragged. There's even one right there. Now this wind is only going to get stronger, so I want to get the cover on my tent so I can get inside and stay warm and cozy. I've just checked the forecast and the winds are going to get extremely high tonight. So I've decided to move the tent down into this sheltered spot. It is just so much more peaceful down here. Well, the sun is dropping fast and with it the temperature. I'm super excited to put this on. I spent way too much money on it, but I think it will be worth it. This is way warmer than my old one, and unlike that, this has a hood. Well, for dinner, I'm making nachos. I've got chili beans, I've got cheese, and plenty of corn chip. And to add some extra flavor, I've still got those kawa leaves from earlier that I'm gonna dice up and put in the nachos. Well, this isn't exactly a kitchen, but it's sheltered from the wind and it's pretty flat, so I think I'll cook here. These kawa leaves might not look very good because they've got holes in it, but that's actually a sign that the bugs and insects love them, so they must taste pretty good. Well, I can't find my knife, it's buried somewhere in my pack, but I'm just going to rip these up and put them in. Oh yeah, the mozzarella cheese is nice and stringy. Oh, that looks so good. Well, a true chef should always taste their food. This chef is going to eat all of his food. Well, it's super warm already, so I'm going to turn off the heat and add my condiments. The way my mum and dad used to do it for me was lining the corn chips around the edge, so I'll honour that tradition now. Well, how amazing is this? I've got warm nachos, cheese, foraged kawa, corn chips, and a view out to the ocean with my tent sheltered right there, all at sunset. I think the correct way to eat nachos is to scoop out the beans or the mince with a corn chip. I think that was the best first bite I've ever had. Got a lot of cheese in that one. Oh my gosh, how do I even eat that? I've got a kawa leaf in this one as well, so we'll see how that tastes. I don't taste the pepper, but it just tastes like a really nice herb. I was expecting not to like that at all, but it really adds to it. I think what I need is more cheese and more corn chips. I could sleep here. Well, it is super cold now. My core temperature's alright, but my hands are freezing. But before I get into my tent, I'm going to prepare tomorrow's breakfast. I bought bacon and some bread flour, so I'll just add the water to it now and it should rise overnight. Last time I tried this, I added way too much water and it just didn't work, so I'm going to be a bit more cautious this time. Well, to get my other layers on, I have to take the puffer jacket off. They don't look like much, but they provide so much warmth, especially under a puffer jacket. Take a look at that. Wow. And of course I didn't forget about the down booties. That looks super cozy. Well, this is really quite nice now. You can see there's still a bit of a breeze, but it's nothing like what's up there. My feet are cozy in the sleeping bag, and I've got plenty of space up here for some snacks. Well, as you can see, the wind is still hitting hard into the side of the tent, even in this sheltered spot. But I'm super cozy here in my sleeping bag and my puffer jacket, and with a nice sleeping mat under me. I think I'll be having an early night, but before I go to bed, I'd like to have a hot chocolate. To help it boil faster, I'll cover it up with this pan here. That looks so delicious. Well, it's a bit hot to drink now, but it's the perfect temperature to try with some of Mum's baking. Oh, that's so good. Well, I managed to convince Mum to give me some raw cookie dough, so I may as well give it a go with the hot chocolate as well. You know what? That is better, almost as good as Mum's baking. Oh man, I wish I had another one of those. Well, the wind is picking up, and every time a big gust comes, the condensation from the roof of the tent sprinkles down on me. This tent is very spacious, but I keep thinking it's just going to take off. Well guys, it's quite late now and the wind is just getting stronger and stronger. I think the best thing for me to do is to get to sleep and to hope that the wind is not as strong tomorrow morning. I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, I would say good morning everyone, but in reality it's anything but. I barely gotten any sleep last night. The tent just felt like it was gonna cave in on me the whole night. The winds were just so strong. Well, I'm super starving, but it is just not safe to cook breakfast up here. So my biggest priority is to get myself packed up and back down to the valley floor where I'll be able to make breakfast safely. Even down here the wind is brutal. But look out there how nice the sunrise is. My tent looks like it's just gonna fly away though, so I need to get packed up pretty quickly. I'm gonna put another adhesive body warmer on this morning. Well, it's the worst part of any camping trip. I have to take off my down booties now. Oh, my feet are cold already. trees are actually warped because of how strong the winds are that come over this ridgeline. They're all on an angle. Even down here in the trees, it's so windy. These little plants that line the ground are really nice. It's nice to hear plenty of birds as I get closer to the river. You can see them flying across between the trees. That's awesome. Well, I think it's going to be quite windy out there by the main river, so I might head up one of these quieter streams and see if I can cook breakfast there. Well, I really didn't have to go far. This looks like a really nice place to sit down and cook some breakfast. It smells incredible. Does look more like a pancake than bread, but that's okay. Can't really complain when you've woken up cooking some warm fresh bread right next to a clear stream. I packed heaps of butter, so I'm going to use as much as possible. How good does that look? My bread is cooked, but it's far from done. How good is that for breakfast? It's going to be messy no matter how I eat it, so I think I'll go with the old-fashioned way. That is so good. Washing my hands is nice and easy. Pretty cold though. Well, I've got over 10 kilometers left to walk and I'm all out of water. Conveniently, this looks like a perfect spot to fill up. I know I've said it a lot this trip, but you just can't be angry when you're in places like this. I forgot I bought my binoculars. We were way up there last night. How stunning is that water down there? I want a closer look. Well, I was trying to delay getting my feet wet, but it had to happen eventually. Colder than yesterday, that's for sure. This is not your average walking trail. You know, I have no idea what that's from. The final river crossing. I've chosen quite a deep spot. This tree must have fallen ages ago and it's just been buried by the sediment washed down by the river. It's even got trees growing on top of where it's collapsed. I've left the river and we're back into this lovely open beech forest. Thank you guys very much for watching this adventure, and if you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. I'm out almost every weekend in the hills doing what I love.